Yeah.
Because when you say survive this, what are you talking about? What are you surviving? There is a court of public opinion conviction.
True.
Which in this case actually is even more profound, more substantive, has far-reaching implications than what the court may pronounce. When the court pronounces a judgment on this matter, somebody will go to jail.
Yeah.
Now, my point I'm making with the court of public opinion is that if that person goes to jail, then the two people may go to jail, right?
Yeah.
Either Jakpa or both.
Or both, yeah.
Or both, yeah. Right? The court of public opinion, based on the opinion people have formed on this, if the judge, and that's what the judge was warning them in court when they went there 2 days ago, if the judge convicts them, there's a huge segment of society that believe this trial is untenable. That this what we've heard in the public domain should lead to a mistrial.
Yeah.
And that the Attorney General hasn't got enough evidence against Kizatofor and just held them from getting him in there. So he's trying to get the other guy to.
And these are not just the NDC people.
Saying it. That's the point I'm making. We have level-headed, right-thinking members of society. Academics, yes.
Professor Akua.
Yes.
Guy Simmons. Sorry. And let's be clear, Asare has been MPP for God knows how long.
Yeah.
He didn't become MPP. He has been MPP for a very long time. And the kind of level that the people have joined there basically sided with the NDC's argument for this one. See, it's a very tough case. It's a case, I've not seen a single case that played out in the public domain more than this particular one. In the last few days, it is a case that will make or make the Attorney General.
Yeah.
One, even if he wins the case, there are some that will never forget this tape and this content. There are some people that will believe that there is, in fact, I heard somebody say that the only way this become win-win is when, even if you discontinue the case today, why did you embark on such a prosecution in the first place? Yeah. It's a question that you have to seriously answer. Now, I think they have put the Attorney General in a very difficult corner.
Extremely.
In fact, I've not seen any Attorney General that has been put in such a difficult corner. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
In Tattoo Chikate's case, they formed Free Tattoo Movement.
Yeah.
I don't have a difficulty with that. But do you know they were not so much interested in taking on their Attorney General, taking on the judge, Justice Harriet Aban, yeah. And also even the president and the government. Time, yes. They didn't single out the Attorney General.
No.
But in this case, it's as if people are forgetting. As if the Attorney General went on a frolic of his own to select and target an individual. Yeah. They are so focused on him and his actions. And you know, they don't even say government sat somewhere and concocted and decided to come and do this. It's almost as if Godfrey Dame is the one that's the target here. So whichever way it goes, he's in trouble. Yeah. And that's where the difficulty is. See, if court finds that the two should go to jail, or one of them should go to jail, it is dangerous to have more than 50% of this population saying that, this was unjust prosecution in the first place. Including Kennedy Japan. Yeah. Way back then, not even when the controversy started today, he has always maintained that this is not worth pursuing. And let's not get it wrong. Atufose has even sued Kennedy Japan before. So it's not this it's not the best of friends. It's not somebody who may like him or actually come to his aid or even talk to him about anything. So it's a very, very tough one for the Attorney General. I am not sure how he's more likely to deal with this matter. Yeah. I mean, I have also not in my life seen any Attorney General being put on the spotlight like Mr. Dami has been put on the spotlight in the last few days. And I must say, I'm also worried about the level of defense being put up by even his own people. Yeah. Me, Parliament, when the minority said that they wanted to censor him, I've been looking, I've been going through, I've been asking for majority MPs to speak. Some even promised me that I would speak. They ended up refusing to speak in the first place. Did you get anybody to speak to it? I up to now have not gotten anybody on the majority side to even say that this is a bogus petition. This is a bogus quest. And this is a bogus pursuit. Not one person. Not a single individual. Yeah. I call MPs who say, I've not been appointed to speak. But these are people who speak without any appointment to speak on this matter. What is the difficulty here? I hope you are getting my point. Of course. So I'm not getting, of course, party NPP, director of legal, and even national organizer have all been speaking consistently about the matter. But I was expecting that when the matter had moved to Parliament, parliamentarians, if not at all, would hold and defend their own, like the minority is throwing its weight behind the minority leader. I do not see a similar robust defense of the position and the very things that are being said about, at least on the quest to censure him.
Yeah.
On Kenofurata, you had people, even though there were majority people who were leading the struggle along the line, you had people in majority still come out finally to say that no, he has done wrong. We cannot support him with nothing. He has done anything. There is bogus and all of that. I am yet to see anybody in the last almost 24 hours since the minority said this is something we are starting on June 11th. I've yet to see anybody on the majority side say we will not allow you come anywhere near attempting to censure the Attorney General. What is the difficulty?
Also, maybe because they haven't begun the process. It's just been moved.
Well, maybe
right?
it's too early.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I want to return the question you haven't really answered. So who will survive? Who survives?
Who survives?
Who survives the fallout? The fallout.
It's a very difficult question to answer.
Because you see, if you're looking at it in the context of the trial, in fact, if you look at it in the context of the trial, if you look at it in the context of court of public opinion, I believe Acquah and Jakpa, I believe Acquah survives. Acquah survives in the context of public opinion.
Yeah.
I believe Acquah survives.
Yeah.
Because when I was listening to the tape and I'm thinking, because the part where Attorney General was asking to be educated about LCs, which is really at the heart of his case against Acquah,
that's true.
I felt very uncomfortable.
It sounded strange.
Yeah, I felt very uncomfortable.
Do you know what I thought? Maybe he's trying to woo the man.
Yeah, maybe,
into speaking more.
He was baiting him.
Because really, if it is the position, after commencing this case for God knows
that you really don't understand
and you don't understand the crux of your case against the opponent, it's a bit strange.
I mean,
but you see, sometimes we also make some of these mistakes. LC is at the core of financial regulation and financial transaction.
Yeah.
You can be a lawyer who has absolutely no idea how financial transactions complete.
No, but it's an LC.
Yes, I get you. See, some of these things, they may have complex legs. That may be difficult for people to, but I will know that he will be advised properly. Hope you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I suspect that maybe he was wooing the man.
That his Attorney General has finished his case.
Yeah. And made
He's
all the arguments
making his case.
personal to that.
So he should either he prosecuted that case based on a misunderstanding of the document he had,
Or he was tricking the man.
or he was tricking the man and baiting the man to say more.
Yes.
Okay.
Or basically let him know what his plan is. Because the strategies that work.
But remember, this has played out in the public domain. When I listened to
and
it,
the interpretation of
yes, when I listened
I
to
saw
it,
people write on Facebook why Attorney General doesn't understand.
exactly, and I felt uncomfortable. I'm like, AG doesn't quite get it.
Yeah.
Is it because he's so hell-bent on prosecuting the guy, so he wants a certain narrative that backs his... You know, in academia, when we are making an argument, you can choose which argument. Even when you acknowledge that there's a superior argument that may counter yours, you deliberately ignore that and just make your case. Just make your case.
There's a general theory in law, so you either argue the facts or argue the law.
Yeah.
So you can select the facts surrounding LCs and the possibility and the possible loopholes can explore, and to suit a certain case against the person. That's without doubt. In fact, that's why you're presenting a case for an independent person to judge which of the arguments weight here based on the facts available. If you do that, I still gave him the benefit of that. I won't lie to you.
That's what you know.
No, I would think it will be quite
extremely strange.
Yes,
bizarre, actually.
Yes, because at the core, even because he basically put his credibility on the line in this case.
Yeah, I mean it's
of all the options.
Everything is riding on
all the options available to you in this world. He still pursued this matter, and he's pursuing the matter right from the beginning. You remember the first time they issued this thing and said summons have been issued at first is going to do. He responded, pointing out mistakes in the letter, talking about how they are persecuting and the plans to persecute him. There was back and forth between the two sides. Right from that end, you could see that today it was not even Jakpa-Gate's Attorney General's interest, but it is taking on Acquah.
That is why I'm saying that if you ask the question, which we are asking tonight, that who survives, on the evidence of the tape and the evidence in the WhatsApp messages, Acquah survives in the court of public opinion.
That's true.
In the court of public opinion.
That's true.
The AG does not.
That's a problem.
The AG does not.
And merely saying it is concocted does not.
Doesn't at all.
Does not wash it down in any way.
That second part, even the MPP hasn't quite addressed it yet.
Yeah.
The part that relates to the excuse duty.
Yeah. I've seen people. In fact, the best explanation I've heard people suggest that there's a part of the tape that appeared to have been taken out.
That the man admitted he wasn't well. And I said, okay, then go ahead.
Even that. Why? It's Attorney General and Counsel of the gentleman.
Yeah.
Is his advisor. I mean, see, there's something uncomfortable, generally uncomfortable about the entirety of this particular engagement. Unless this tape was truly 100% doctored. And up till now, see, it is your case against my case. The first statement or the first letter from the Attorney General said there has some video recording of the begging of Atforcing. The NDC came out and gave it 24 hours to release that video. How many days have we done? We have not seen any video.
So you agree that Atforcing survives AG
even if he is actually jailed? To many people, this may look like we targeted him, we wanted him.
He was wrongly convicted.
Yes, we have done everything at all costs to put him in jail.
So that is how I see it in the court of. But if you go to the court of competent jurisdiction, the AG will survive. But that is dependent on, now we know that lawyers for Atforcing are about to file a process in court asking the judge to set up a mini trial next week on this particular matter of the tapes. Now, if the judge considers that favorably and that process begins, Attorney General again in the court of competent jurisdiction may not survive.
That's also very problematic.
Because you see,
now I can get away with it is doctored.
No,
but if you determine that yes, it's not doctored, you can't go and lie there.
The whole different conversation. You see, and knowing the judge superintending over this matter, absolutely no nonsense.
Yes,
and she doesn't care who asks God. She doesn't care who is the Attorney General. She doesn't care who is the minority leader. She's going to look strictly at the facts and what the law says on the matter. So, in fact, if you really want a judge to sit on the matter, if you're Attorney General, if you're Attorney General, in a mini trial, in a matter in which you're accused of asking a man you're prosecuting to falsify an excuse duty, right? You don't want Asayi Boche. Because she's going to look at the thing purely, strictly on the evidence, on the facts, on the law. And I think she's one of the very few that I know, having followed her case, who is like that. Even within the judiciary, she's feared. Within the judiciary, among judges. Because you don't go to her with
very respected.
Very respected.
Yes.
You don't go to her with your nonsense.
That's true.
No.
Give it to you.
No. You don't go to her with your nonsense.
I've reported from her court before.
Oh, I have to. I mean, for
you have to manage your movement.
For a very long time, I was 5 years. I was a court correspondent. And she's traveled through the process. She's appeals court, sitting on the district high court. So I'm saying that when they put in this process, requesting for a mini trial, that opens up a whole different avenue that puts the Attorney General in the spotlight.
And he may be on trial in a matter that he's supposed to be the one doing the trial.
He then becomes the guy who's being tried.
How is that even possible? That the prosecutor is now being prosecuted.
Yeah. But you see, that is why I say if we go to the court of competent jurisdiction, now that we know that this petition is going to go, application is going to go, and requesting for this, again, I don't see how the Attorney General. Maybe he may survive at the end, because again, court of competent jurisdiction, you have to again Atforcing and Co. and Jakpa
submit facts.
Now that recording again, the admissibility will become an issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, secretly recorded without his permission. You know that.
Of course, I mean,
the
whether or not it's justice and whether or not it goes against evidence rules and all that.
Yeah.
But effectively, if that process goes through, and that process can also store the process. Let's not forget that judge said, I'm giving my judgment somewhere in the next 2 or so months. That's what she said in the last time. And I'm ready. if in 2 months to end this particular matter. So we should actually do what is right. This drags it further down the line. Attorney General is supposed to be busy with other businesses too. Now, they are tying his legs and hands into a case that he's already concluded is part of it, and just waiting for Jakpa to finish. Because there used to be 3, and Attorney General dropped the former chief director of the Ministry of Health, Ani Mama or Ani Nana or something like that. So it will go to that element too. I just hope that this does not. See, I frankly do not care about whether or not Godfrey Dami survive or do not survive. I'm worried about the rippling effect if indeed it affects even judges like the judge of the Supreme Court mentioned in this one too.
I mean,
that touches the core of our judiciary.
From everything else I've heard and seen, I thought I spoke to Adam Bonner on PN Express, who is a relative of Jakpa, the Supreme Court judge in question. And from everything that he said, it's going to be difficult to sustain in the case against. And again, the evidence also available. Remember that the evidence we've seen so far is a phone call. The judge wasn't there
at
all.
The meeting.
No, exactly. It's supposed to happen.
Yes.
Who the initiator of that call was Attorney General.
That's true.
Right, and so that for me, and then of course, Jakpa mentions the Supreme Court judge in it that they met. But again, the WhatsApp that has been produced,
by the
NDC. Yesterday, I heard Nana B say they also have the original WhatsApp messages, except that they haven't put it out.
Surprisingly.
So again, my position is that,
and even the video.
Yes. My position is that I'm only going with the evidence I've seen. The WhatsApp message also says that it is when Jakpa requested to meet the AG, it is the AG who then, as you see, said, let's meet in your brother's house. Okay. And of course, Jakpa is the Supreme Court judge's cousin, and I understand that that's where they go for family meetings, and so there's no evidence that he's even participated actively in the conversation, other than the two of them sitting down. But this is definitely a matter of monumental proportions and monumental implications for the administration of justice. And my only faith, is in the that's my only faith. I mean, I think we are blessed that in this highly charged, highly controversial matter, it's her who is superintendent of the matter. And
it may also be the only Hail Mary the Attorney General has.
Yeah.
So that, no matter how this goes, nobody's going to say that, well, I mean,
it
could even influence the judge.
If she delivers the judgment.
And it may cover. It may protect. It may be. That's if it. But see, if it doesn't go in the favor of the Attorney General, I personally believe that will be the end of the government. People will even tomorrow be asking, the other cases he has dealt with.
What happened there?
Yes, what happened there? Shouldn't we probably check all of those things to see whether the right thing was done, whether he lived up to his oath, and also the code of conduct of the office that he's supposed to be occupying. All of these things will frankly not look good at all.
And there's something I need to say though, because Attorney General, before now, really has been one of the most productive ones.
Yeah, especially smooth sailing.
Yeah, one of very productive. In fact, even this plea bargaining thing, he is the man who carved and led the process to pass the legislation for the first time for us to have a legal regime, a legal framework around it, right? So this is definitely not good for him. And
his reputation.
And his reputation. And the reputation, obviously, of the government by extension. That's why the NDC has been holding MPP has been holding a press conference on this. Listen, I see many of you watching. Can you imagine how many people are watching?
No, I'm just looking at it. But,
I almost.
I've seen 845. Which
I want to read a few of the messages, right? So before you wrap up, Richard, Nana, Chrissy Williams says you wish, but the fact says otherwise. Rex Akambe says another hatchet man of the MPP in the person of myself. He says is trying to water down the magnitude of the case. He hardly speaks the truth when against the MPP.
In all fairness, I'm not sure he's been watching this conversation.
No, he's not been.
Yeah, in all fairness.
He hasn't been watching.
I'm sure preconception came in.
Yeah, he hasn't. Rex hasn't been watching.
It's very possible he can watch something without hearing it.
No, yes.
Yeah, it's very possible.
He hasn't been watching this case.
I watch Chinese movies that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand.
I'm just waiting for the fight. That's exactly what has happened to him. We've said, he said, what is the magnitude of the case? We said this case is as a monumental.
Yes, in fact.
Monumental. So I don't know which one you're watching. And then this one, Patrick says, name Nana is very, okay, well, Mohammed says, why in a hurry to give judgment? Adama says, intellectual conversation, you don't give conclusive submissions like you are on the judge. Well, we know the judge. We know, I have covered the court quite extensively.
Yes.
He has too. I don't know if you have.
Yes.
But we are basing our conclusions on what we know of her work.
And you can ask lawyers too.
Yeah, just ask the lawyers.
Call a couple of lawyers and ask them. And ask even judges if you know any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Godi says, Dami and most MPP lawyers win cases mostly because of their, well, he says unethical. We don't have any evidence about you. That's your opinion behind the scenes. It is your modus operandi. Rex against this, the soul see the magnitude of the case, which injustices of the judicial. How many more innocent people have suffered? That's the point you're making. The question you're making. Dumevi says, why not rather get the money back than targeting a to jail? That's another question that really is begging an answer. And the MPP says the reason why it was rejected because Big C is not party to the case. But again, Big C
is the beneficiary of the money. Is the one that actually was supposed to bring us there.
And subsequently, from what I've heard, Jakpa says he adopted the Big C position.
That's true.
You know, what really is keeping Gregory Focus still behind bars? Jakpa has made the AG-Jakpa. Okay, and that's Sani. Hamza says the evidence is clear that Dami goofed. Motos Kia says MPP is dangerous political party association in Ghana. Nana Edu says I agree that all previous cases prosecuted by Dami has to be relooked. Ohini says, as the AG cross-examine Mr. Jakpa, wait till he does that. And I'm looking forward to that.
That's true.
And I'm really, if this is for me, this is the reason why
they into that.
Huh?
Would he go into that?
But he said it in court. And from what I understand, the judge said it should be put in the records. So when he gets his chance, he will have to cross-examine him on that.
Really?
You think it's not in his way to do so?
See,
because remember, once the judge says, including the record, it will be part of the evidence you should evaluate.
Yes.
Because the testimony of the witness in the dock is evidence.
It has to be impeached. If it's not impeached successfully,
then it goes in successfully.
It's almost factual.
So he has no choice. Now, when he gets his opportunity to cross-examine and bring this thing up.
Okay, maybe then he'll show videos.
Maybe.
If there are videos.
But the videos aren't about Jakpa. It's about Atuforse. It has nothing to do with the accusation.
No, I get you, but maybe, in federal stuff, what did the Attorney General then say that I had?
But he raised a very important point.
But why did he say that he had one?
He is damned if he cross-examines him.
Yeah.
He is damned if he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. In all of this, I think that the Attorney General does not come out looking good at every length.
No, but he can cross-examine him. I mean, he will raise a few things about maybe the 26 minutes. Yeah, you know what they say, the thing is 26 minutes, and he recorded only 16 minutes.
But it's easy to bring out the rest.
No, but also, what if, from what the NDC have explained, only started recording, so the call started, he didn't know what the AG was calling him. And when he it's when he began recording, so when he ended. That's what the accounts for.
Okay.
And he didn't start from the very onset of the call coming through. I don't know.
You remember sometime we had to determine the authenticity of a tape.
Yeah.
We had to send, it was the Kofi Boateng one.
Yes.
Remember, we had to send Professor Kofi Adekum to follow the tape.
Yeah.
So is it UK or US to go and do proper analysis of it.
Okay, so we just let's wrap up. I'm not seeing many of you very interested in this matter.
A few of them here. This one said, look at this face journalist. Please speak the facts. The AG is a shame to the country and the judicial system. That is your fact that you want us to say. All right. Anyway, that's from Aritobi Cloud something. Oh, this one said, these are the journalists that brought Ghana into this problem we are facing. Sorry, which are the problems? With respect, are we the ones who went to court? Are we the ones who are asking the Attorney General to go to court? Are we the ones who are defending the Attorney General? Were we in the call? Were we in the conversations? Are we representing any of the parties in the case? So I'm not sure which problem you are actually talking about now.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, what's to criticize? There's somebody who has some good things to say about you.
Me.
It says, Evans and Co. Today is one of my best shows. A political submission by you and Acquah.
Oh, okay. This one says, Charlie, guys, you guys are doing great. Kofi McDonald is the one saying so here. Oh, yeah. It's always not supposed to be. if we're to be an election, we will be winning.
you wish. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening.